Gap is reporting on Thursday. Now, about a year ago, we had an announcement that Kanye West was having a line with Gap.
Shout out to Yeezy.
Shout out to Yeezy. The stock was at $9. We might have mentioned it because we believe in Kanye and everything he touches turns to gold as far as the fashion world for sure and music. And so now, if you look at Gap right now, GPS is a ticker. It is trading at $32 plus.
Triple.
All-time high is 52.91. So, yeah.
And what did you see the news today? He said that the Yeezy line will be out in June. The Yeezy line will be out in June. So the Gap and Yeezy line will be out in June, which is, I'm sure, will be selling out in every store.
That's going to go crazy.
It's going to go crazy. Just in time for the summer, Yeezy has blessed us once again.
That's going to go crazy.
Costco will be reporting on Thursday as well. Another one of these retail spaces. And Ulta Beauty. A lot of people sleep on Ulta Beauty, but if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Do not sleep on Ulta Beauty. They will be reporting on Thursday.
Yeah.
Best Buy solid, Nvidia solid, Gap solid. Kanye is probably one of the biggest value drivers of all time.
Oh my gosh.
In any industry.
If you question whether he could do it, I'm just telling you, you're going to see again.
Kanye, a genius in the making.
Made.
Well, I say that because I don't think he's even reached his full potential yet.
At all.
That's fair.
Yeah. He's still got a long way to go. All right. I want to do like 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
All right, sure. Let's do it.
You're in a good mood today. Hey, we may do a 14.
Let's go to some of these names.
Oh,
here.
actually, well, let's do that at the end.
All right. Let's go. Let's get a young lady. Let's go to Natalie. Natalie Jerome, we are coming to you. Now, when we come to you, you got to be ready. There's no fridge breaks. I'm saying this now to give you a fair warning. You don't have to be nervous. A lot of people say, this is my first time, so don't be nervous. It's just Troy and Rashad and Ian. And we're just having a conversation. If you got a question, feel free to ask it. Natalie, you've been unmuted. What's going on? Unmute yourself.
What's going on, fellas? Good evening. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Great.
I'm good. Thank you. I actually had a question for the queen, but she has exited the building. I wanted to get her thoughts on the real estate market since we had an economist on hand. But I did see the episode with Kiana and MG, and they think that everything is going to be on the up for the next few years. But I did want her opinion on that. I forgot to put my name.
Are you investing for the long term or are you flipping?
I am definitely looking to invest long term. I want to get some holes under my belt. I'm not opposed to the flip, but I do understand that I need to hold absolutely.
If you look historically what the returns are, they are on par with the S&P 500. I mean, short answer, if you invest in a good area and you buy at a good price, real estate's an easy win. It is an easy win. So if you're holding for a 5-10 year period, you'll be good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in the Atlanta market, so
you're booming. Come on, the houses in Alpharetta in 07 were what? 350, 325 you're good.
Well, the house hacking with the multifamily is hard out here, so I'm trying to look into zoning to see if I can possibly turn some single families into families. Outside of that, I would need to look outside of the metro area. I'm also looking into tax lien investing. So I have a few things that I'm looking into out here in Atlanta.
I mean, if you can go look in that Norcross area and find something in bankruptcy, it may not be bad.
The off-market deals, absolutely. The probate and subject to deals. I'm taking in so much content, so my problem is execution, and I've definitely gotten a few accountability partners that are holding me to some things.
Love it. Shout out to the accountability teams.
Accountability teams are extremely important. One of the things that we did in EYL University early on, I read a book that really changed my perspective on things called the 12-week year.
That's a great book. That's so slept on. Oh my God.
Yeah. I think that was our first book.
I think that's the first book that we read in the book club. And so the whole premise behind the 12-week year is that a lot of times people make goals. All right, I'll give you an example. So the goal is like, I want to lose 20 pounds, right, for the year. So you start January 1st, you get a gym membership, you get a diet plan, and you fall off the wagon after a couple of weeks. And at the end of the year, not only did you not lose 20 pounds, but you actually gained 5 pounds. problem is that that's not really an attainable goal because you didn't set any parameters to achieve the goal. So the 12-week year, the whole theory is that you break the year down into every 12 weeks is a year, right? And you can do it. I started doing it every week and then every month. So instead of saying I'm going to lose 20 pounds, you say, okay, I'm going to lose 5 pounds for the first 60 days of the year, right? But how you accomplish that is not really to say I'm just going to lose 5 pounds, because that's not really a goal either. The goal is to say, what's the actionable items, steps that's going to get me to that. So I know if I go to the gym 4 times a week and I eat low carbs and I stay
overtraining with micro sheet.
Exactly.
Have a balanced diet.
So that's really the goal. The goal is not really to lose the 5 pounds. The goal is to go to the gym 5 times a week. The goal is to eat low carbs, go to that, because we know if we follow those steps, then the end result will lead to us losing fight. It's the same thing with making money. People say, I want to make $100,000, but what does that really mean? The steps that you need to make $100,000 is you need to sell. If you sell merchandise, you need to sell 50 pairs of your hoodies every single week. So how do you sell the 50 pairs of hoodies? You need to go to 10 barbershops. You need to go to swap meet. You need to do all these different things. So accountability partners is part of that 12-week cycle. So if anybody's interested, check out the book. It's something that's extremely important and extremely beneficial if you're trying to accomplish a goal.
Yeah, the product, it's going to be a byproduct. The results are going to be a byproduct of the steps that you take. Yeah. And so the 12-week year, every week now becomes a month of the year. And so it's kind of dope. Like, well, what have I done for January? What have I done for February? It's March already. Have I met my goals? So everything gets compressed into a shorter time, which gives you more time to say, look, I got to be super focused to get these tasks done. And what the accountability teams do is, and I think this is so beautiful and it worked out perfectly, is that most people in these accountability teams have no idea who each other are. All they know is the goal that you have set for yourself. Yeah. And so all they're really trying to do is make sure that you can obtain that goal. And so when people are trying to help you just reach your goal with no judgment, it's a beautiful thing, because all they know is what you want to do. They know nothing else about you. And as the groups keep growing, then you start to get to learn the person. And then it's like, okay, well, here's where you need maybe some help in. Here's where my strengths. And it kind of becomes a balancing act inside of a group. That's why I think it's so dope. So shout out to everybody in the Accountability Club. Shout out to Janet. I got a new name for Janet. What's that? The Chancellor.
Shout out to Janet.
The Chancellor. Everybody, that's what you're going.
Very, very important person. But also I want to say, even if you're not, it's power in groups and power in numbers. So like if you just are starting investment clubs, you don't have to have a formal investment club. Like you can pull together 2 or 3 of your friends and hold each other accountable. Nobody wants to disappoint you. You have no problem disappointing yourself, but you don't want to disappoint somebody else. Yeah. That's just human nature. That's why accountability partners are so strong, because if you promise you're going to do something and somebody checks in on you, 9 times out of 10, even if you don't want to do it, you'll do it just because you don't want to have the embarrassment or the disappointment of not actually doing what you said you're going to do. But if you don't have anybody to be accountable to, then you're just not going to do anything. So I encourage everybody, investing, business, whatever, relationships, put together your own accountability teams in your own life, and you'll see that it will greatly improve your situation. It's just like
we'll still do the work. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you got to.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop. Bag drop.
Bag drop.